All right, guys, today we're going to look at the Topic 17 Histograms test. I'm going to go through each question. Make sure you check Horizon, see which questions you missed so that you are ready to see which ones as I'm explaining them. All right, go back. All right, question 1 looked like this. Graph shows the points scored by players on a basketball team. How many players scored 15 points or more? So reading these histograms is really like looking at the title down here. So these are the points scored, and these are the intervals, and then the frequency is the number of players. So if we're just looking for the 15 or more, that means we're going to be looking at this interval or higher. So for this one, you had to add up all three of these. So there's 12 players here, 8 players here, that's 20. And then this one looks like 3. It looks like it's in the middle. So 23. B is our first answer. All right. Number 2 looked like this. Scott recorded the low temperature in Richmond each day for 10 days. The list shows the temperatures in degrees. So which histogram best represents this data? So this was really just counting. We're looking for, if we look in the first interval, so right now I'm looking at the 7 to 8 range, and this is a 1, and this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is a 2. So I might be able to cut it down from there. So how many of the temperatures are between 7 and 8 degrees? 1. So it looks like I can cross off C and D. Okay, the 9 to 10 interval, this one is at 3, and this one is at 4. So let's count between the 9 and 10 intervals. 1, 2, 3. I think that's it. So I'm at B. So you're just counting the data to match it up to the interval for these. All right, our next question looks like this. Bella collected data for 28 days. She recorded the number of text messages she sent each day in February and displayed this information. So based on the histogram, which one is true? We're looking for the true statement. Did Bella send 150 to 199 text messages on over half the days? So let's read our graph really quick. This is the number of text messages. These are the number of days. So 150 to 199 would be this this bar, which is 10. Is that over half of the days? So now I need to know what all of the days add up to. So this is 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus, what? No. Yeah. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. Plus 10 is 24. Plus 4 is 28. So this is out of 28. So 10 out of 28 is not over half. If I'm over half of 28, that would be over 14. Bella sent fewer than 100 text messages during 25% of the days. Okay, 25% of the days. So that would be 28. Wait, what's fewer than 100? So let's look at this one. Fewer than 100 is these two, and that's 7. So I want to know, this says, is that 25% of the days? So there was 7 out of 28 total. Does that equal 25%? 7 divided by 7 is 1. 28 divided by 7 is 4. So this is 25%. Fewer than 100 is 7 out of 28, which is equal to 25%. So I'm pretty sure we're looking at B. I'm just going to check the other ones to be sure. The mode is between 200 and 249. Okay, so that would be way over here. We can't tell the mode based on a histogram because we don't know which data occur the most often. The median we can tell, but it's definitely not going to be between 0 and 49. That's too far. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, right? So definitely going to be B for this one. All right, next question looks like this. Data below represents the number of hits recorded by the members of the Mustangs baseball team. So number of hits and frequency. How many members of the Mustangs had 6 to 11? All right, so 6 to 11 looks like it's right here at the 5. And that's all, right? This one's just saying How many members had 6 to 11? So I find that interval. There's no tricks to that one. 5. All right, let's go to question 5. Shows the distribution of students' grades for Mr. Hart's most recent test. How many students scored at least 71, but not more than 90? So at least means 71 or higher, but not more than 90. So that means I'm going to be adding this interval and this interval because it's more 71 or more, but less than 90. So 8 plus 7, 15. This one is just adding 2 intervals together. All right, question 6 looks like this. Histogram below shows the number of books read last summer by each of Mr. Hegler's students. Every student read at least 1 book. Which statement is not true? There's 31 students. Okay, so we're looking for the false statement. So there's 15 plus 8, which is 23. 23 plus 6, which is 29. And then plus 2 is 31. So that's true. The number of students who read 7 to 9 books is 3 times the number of students who read 13 to 15. Okay, so 7 to 9 is 6, and 13 to 15 is 2. Is 6 3 times more than 2? Yes, it is. 2 times 3 equals 6. So that one is also true. All right, let's look at C. The median number of books read is between 4 and 6. All right, so the median between 4 and 6 would be in here. So if I have 15 numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I would have 2 here and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 8 in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 8, sorry. So that would be 8 plus 6 is 14, 15, 16. So there's 16 numbers from here over and 15 here. That means that the median will be in this 4 to 6 range because 15 of the numbers are on this side of it and 15 of the numbers will be on the right side of it. So I'm pretty sure that one's true, which most of you who got this one wrong, I think, said C. Because D throws you off a little bit. So D says most of the students read less than 4. Most, remember this word most. We talked about it before class started on this test. Most means more than half. So is 15 more than half of 31? Sorry, 30 was the total. 31 was the total. So to be half of 31, it's 15.5. That's half of 31. So more than 15.5 would be most. So this one is false because 15 is not most of 31. So this one was a tricky one. That one's D. Got to read those questions carefully. All those words in there. All right, 7. I think there's 8 total questions. 7 looks like this. We got to match the histogram to the stem and leaf plot. So we got to count. I can tell that the difference between these, first of all, these don't have the right data at all because they don't have the 20s and 30s, right? Like this information needs to go 20 something, 30 something, 50 something. But I also noticed this gap right here. So nobody scored between 40 and 49 goals. So there shouldn't be any data there. This one means that somebody scored 40 goals. There would be a 1 here. Like we would have a bar of a 1 there. But nobody did. So this right here shows that nobody is in that 40 range. So this one is actually A. All right, last question looks like this. And we are counting again. Well, actually, this one is going from a circle graph to a histogram. And really just look at the big sections and see which ones match up. So like CA is, I believe, this section. Oh, these are going to be hard for me to see. Yeah, this is A, which is 90 to 99. The B, that's easy to tell. This is 80 to 89. The C is the white, I think, 70 to 79, and the gray is 60 to 69. So what I'm looking for is the 80 to 89 to basically be the biggest, right? Because this looks bigger than the other 3. So this one shows them the same. This one shows them lower, so it definitely can't be that one. And this one shows it the same. So just based on the 80 to 89 being bigger, and then look at the other three. The other three are kind of the same, pretty much what it says here. 70 to 79 is supposed to be a little bit bigger, and the other two kind of the same. And just by the size of them is how I can choose the histogram that matches it without even knowing exact numbers for this problem. All right, hopefully that helped. Make sure you ask me any questions before you do the retake.